Buzz TV cooks.
Buzz TV Canada. I'm making chicken stew, onions, potatoes, carrots.
Pot with 3/4 water. You can use stock of some kind. You can make your own. You can just use the regular stock. Okay, we're gonna grab
The chicken.
the chicken here. We're gonna be deboning. You can buy the deboned chicken, but we usually use pull that out. Okay, I'll debone it. Nance, can you film this?
I get film it.
Well, I was going to show some stuff here. Oh, you're all covered there. Okay, hold on. You start the water up just as you're making... Yeah, okay. You start the water up just as you're making up everything. That way the water will be nice and hot when you start to add the ingredients for the stew. Okay, right now Nancy's cutting up some chicken. The one we did earlier. And we also have 4 full-size potatoes ready to cut up too. Okay, so this is the next process to making the stew. You're watching Buzz TV Canada Cooks. Welcome back to Buzz TV Canada Cooks. We got the water, it's boiling. Now Nancy, careful when you add this in. Actually,
That's why I don't do it.
well, here, I'll show you what you do, okay? Don't burn yourself. What you really do is this, Nancy. Watch me. Take this like this. See the bowl here? We're pouring the bowl in. Put all that shit in the bowl for me. Okay, now should I add it in the bowl? Because you are working with hotter water, so you don't want to just throw it in there. So you put it in like your bowl. And then carefully, not splash it in, but just carefully drop it in like that. And then there you go. Now you're just going to stir, simmer, stir and simmer, stir it up a little bit. Haven't added the bouillon yet. We will add it a little bit. So right now, this is the next step, so we'll see you in a little bit. Nancy, you're watching Buzz TV Canada Cooks. Just get my hands though, don't film my face and stuff, okay? Okay, what we have here is some chicken. This is the add-in chicken. This isn't like some rich person kind of approach. We'll put this in the garbage. You have approximately three pieces of chicken. We're going to pull off the skin. Instead of cooking them whole, some people will cook it whole. You can do that, but what we do is we cut out all the basically slightly thawed out.
We're
pulling off.
Take the skin off, babe.
Yeah, we're pulling off the chicken skin. Pulling off the chicken skin so that the fat and stuff isn't. We use a good sharp knife here. Cut this all off. You don't want to get any bone or nothing. What we're doing is just pulling off the pure meat. And there's no bone. We'll trim the bone later because we have a few more to go. Do the same thing, you just bend it backwards. Usually if it's thawed out really good, or not too thawed, pretty thawed, and you're just pulling off the skin. A lot of people will, cringe because they will leave the skin in there on the cook, and you can, but in the method that we do at my house, at our house, we remove all the, I guess you could say the fatty stuff and all that stuff. The flavor's still there, obviously, because we're still cooking pure chicken for the cut up. So this looks like it's still good. What we're doing is just slowly cutting away all the fat and stuff. And one more here. Do the same thing. Just go backwards. Push inside.
Do you want your face taken or?
No, just film this part right now. Get me commentating it, talking, right? Okay, we're pulling off the final parts. What's our time limit now?
2:53.
Okay, we don't want to spend too long with this particular thing, but basically we're cutting up. This is all pure meat. You got a little bit of bone here. You don't want no bone in your stew. Can lead to some dangerous problems. So there's basically. You gotta be careful. Here's a little tip. If you are when you're using a knife like this, and your hands are greasy, let's face it, you're tearing apart a chicken. Be careful holding the knife, for God's sakes. I'd hate to think that someone tried to follow a suit and then did something horrible to themselves. That would be sucky. Anyway, so we're cutting off the extra little trim there, because that's good meat still for a nice. Okay, this is all pure meat. This is all garbage. Okay, you probably still have a little bit of meat there. Depends how bad you want to, you can cut off little pieces here. Okay, so we're done that. Okay, you can cut. And we're done that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over and wash our hands off right away. Always wash your hands off after handling chicken. Use some kind of detergent, like some kind of, hand wash or something. Okay, now we're going to put that in the sink to wash too. Now we're going to put one bowl.
I have to cut it up, baby.
Yeah, I know we have to cut it up, and I'm just putting it aside because we're filming here, right? I'm going to wash my hands all over again. Okay, so we're going to take this stuff here. This is your leftover garbage, and it goes in the garbage. Some other houses, people tend the old-fashioned way that we cook everything. All the bones, everything. You can do it that way, but you're dealing with a lot longer on a chicken stew. The way we're showing you is within, what do you say, an hour and a half, you probably have yourself a nice chicken stew, right?
Yeah.
So normally a chicken stew is a lot longer of a formula. It's a lot longer of a formula. Okay. So the next thing we do is you want to wash off your potatoes. Okay, Nancy, you can take over that. Okay. Okay, so she's going to finish up the potatoes. Nancy's going to finish up the potatoes. We're going to finish cutting up the chicken, and then we'll be back in a bit to show you the next step. No, it's okay. Well, don't put it in yet. We'll let it come to heat. Let that pile up a bit. Whatever. However, it's on. Don't worry about it. Put it in. Just keep putting in whatever you want to do. You're watching Buzz TV Canada Cooks. Now Nancy's going to add the bouillon cubes. What, 3 of them?
Yeah, 3 of them.
3 of them? You just add the 3 bouillon cubes. Stir it in. One more. So basically the time limit on this meal has been about an hour so far, right? Because we started at 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is a little longer paced meal, but it's a good meal. So we're pretty much everything is all heating up. Now you're just gonna serve it, simmer, and then we're gonna check it out again. You're watching Buzz TV Canada Cooks. And we have a chicken stew finished now, Hans?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so just stir it up and show them what it looks like. Stir through it. You can see it trying not to fog up our camera. Okay, there you go. Nice, and potatoes are in there. It's all been finely cut. Okay, yep. And then now, here, you take this, Nance. I want you to show you.
Okay, just me.
Show me doing my thing. Okay. We're gonna make some doughboys. You call them.
Are you gonna put mine in first?
Yeah, I'm not gonna put it in until you get yours. Again, if you have different members of your family that don't like different things, you can serve them out their bowls first. If everybody likes it, then it's kind of an experimental thing. You don't know unless you try. So you're gonna take basically a half a cup or so. Something like that. And you take some baking powder. Not a whole lot. Since we're doing a cooking show, I'll have to measure it out. So it's usually about 2 tablespoons. Give or take. Two. Okay, and then you just stir it in like this. And you get me some milk. I'll get the milk. You just keep filming. I'm getting some milk here. You pour the milk in. Not too much. Just basically by sight. So you get it a little thicker. And put enough milk in, so you gotta add a little bit. You see how that's just like that? That's all it is. And put a little dab more in, so you got a little bit more fluffiness. You can do all kinds of experimental stuff with this. You can stuff it. Right now we're just making a normal one. You'll see us use this throughout Buzz TV Canada. We still need a little bit more. Basically trying to do is build this thing up into like a little, there we go, it's got some texture to it. So you keep doing that till you have like basically nothing, a little dab more milk, not much. So we take that milk. See how it's all nice and in a ball now? That is a dough boy. Some people can cover it. You can cover it or you can just let it stand.
My bowl's right there, the blue one.
This one?
Yeah.
Where's the lady?
There's nothing.
You take a nice ladle.
Make sure I have potatoes. Yeah.
Probably. So, yeah. Okay, now we're adding the dough boys. Nothing. There it is. With what's left of the juice, hopefully I have enough. I'm going to take it. Put it in like this, basically. You just put it in along the top. I'm just making a single, not for 1 or 2 people. Turn it down low. By the way, when you're cooking that stew, it would have been about 3/4 to high. You have to watch it.
Sorry.
All you do now here, again, it's been about 1.5 hours in total. This just will thicken up your stew. If you like the other way, you don't add this. It'll be a more thinner thing. With the doughboy, you get the flavoring and stuff all on the top, and we'd be pretty much ready to serve. And cover it for a second or two, and then yeah, right there is the finished product. That's your stew. Bon appetit. Bring it over here. Camera over here. Camera over here. Now, of course, the doughboys will give you a thickening of your kind of stew. The other stew, this is if you have different kind of members. We took in the regular stew, we've added the doughboy. The doughboy will thicken it up, more like a chicken stew type of style. So what you have here with the meal is 2 different meals in one. You have chicken stew for your son and your wife, and if you like a little bit more of a heartier stew, you add it to and do the doughboy formula. And the doughboys are like a dumpling. Basically, you're watching Buzz TV Canada Cooks. That'd be me and Nancy, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao.
Ciao.